Alrighty. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another episode. On this class today, on this call today, we're going to be talking about a really widely accepted belief and a really widely accepted training that if you want to get a lot of clients and you want to attract a lot of clients to you, you need to be giving away everything you know. And you need to be giving away all of your best stuff if you want people to know that you're an expert and if you want people to decide to sign up and work with you. So we're going to be talking about that today. As you are joining me, as you are hopping on here, let me know you're on here so I can see you and say hello to you. Say hi in the comments. If you're watching this on the replay, say replay in the comments so I can see you and say hi. But this is such a really commonly accepted belief that even I myself just never questioned for a long time because it sounds good. How many of you have just heard this before and you accept it as true and because it sounds good or because some expert out there is talking about it? I know that I've heard this so many times and I've heard it from so many different people that it just sounds true. If you want to get more clients, give away your best stuff for free. The best coaches give away their best stuff for free. How many of you have heard that from someone, somewhere, at least one person? And I think it's become this thing that sounds good and it makes you sound like you know what you're talking about to say it, so that enough people have said it and keep repeating it over and over and over again until people just believe them, right? It's like a lie. If you say it often enough, over and over and over again, loud enough and often enough, people will believe you. It's kind of what's happened with this idea of giving away your best stuff for free. Rosie says, yes, my struggle right now. Yeah, we've all been told that. We've all been told, give away your best stuff for free, and clients will just line up with credit card in hand wanting to work with you. So I totally get how confusing this is if you had a lot of people telling you this. And sometimes you're hearing different messages from different people, and I'm over here telling you one thing and someone else is telling you something else. And it's really easy to get in this spot where you're just kind of scratching your head wondering who to actually listen to, what's actually correct, especially when you're just getting started, right? And you don't know what to believe and who to listen to. So I want to tackle this topic today with you. I want to clear up all of the confusion. And I think part of the reason why it's so confusing is because this has just been going on for so long and so many people have been talking about it. And everybody else is agreeing with them. Give away your best stuff for free, you'll get clients. Give away your best stuff for free, you'll get more clients than the person who's holding back. Hey, Sandra. And honestly, like I said, I never questioned this phrase, give away your best stuff for free, because it just sounds so good. And once I started to really pay attention and I started to question it and I actually saw what the successful people were doing in their business and in their marketing and what had actually created success for me, multiple six figures in my health coaching practice in 6 months, the truth is that's not the strategy we're using. None of us are giving away our best stuff for free. And I never even realized that the message, give away your best stuff for free, wasn't exactly what we were doing and what all the successful people were doing. So if you ask me, Valerie, like, should I give away my best stuff for free? I'm going to say no. And there's a couple reasons why. We're going to talk about that today. But I'm curious for those of you listening, if you've ever wondered this. Rosie says this has been a struggle for her right now. Anybody else listening, is this something that you battle with? Knowing what to give away in your marketing to attract clients, and maybe you feel like you're giving away a lot of really good stuff right now, and people are giving you really good reaction to it. You're getting a lot of people who tell you that you are so helpful and you're so inspirational, and they really love what you're posting, or they really love the trainings you put out, but they're not signing up to work with you. Nobody's paying you for what you're doing. Leave me a yes in the comments if you've ever felt that way, where you put something out there, you got a really great reaction, people were liking it, people were commenting on it, so you felt like you were putting good stuff out there, people liked it, but nobody signed up with you. And it stems from what we've been taught for so long, this lie, give away your best stuff for free and you'll get more clients. So I think this stems from a subconscious belief as well, that kind of like putting out goodwill into the world. If you're putting out goodwill into the world will give back to you. And they will feel like they owe you something because you gave so much to them. And I think we just adopted this belief in business now. When it comes to growing a coaching business, we kind of accept that to be true. If I just keep posting on Instagram and sharing all of my tips and my best encouragement today, people will see so much value in that they'll want to give back to me and sign up with me and pay me to be their coach. It sounds logical, right? I gave to you, I gave you all this free stuff, I gave you my best stuff, now you're gonna wanna pay me, right? And I think most people have done this. We've posted on Instagram or Facebook or somewhere, and we haven't seen the results, but since this is such a commonly held belief and everybody keeps telling us we just need to keep giving away our best stuff, we just assume we haven't done enough giving away of our best stuff for long enough. I guess it's going to take longer. I just have to give away more stuff for longer. That's why they're not signing up. I just need to keep posting my best healthy recipes and my salad recipes and my acai bowls. And I need to give them my best tips for this and for that and show them how much encouragement I have to give them. And they will receive from me all of this value because I'm giving away all my best stuff. And then they'll see me as their coach, and eventually they'll be so inspired that they'll give back to me in the form of becoming a client. So leave me a yes or a raised hand emoji if this has ever been your strategy. And then if you do this strategy long enough, you'll notice what I've shared with you, that people will give you lots of praise for it. And it is a little bit of that ego boost because people are liking it. And people are telling you how great it is. And they love your stuff. And you'll even grow some audience, maybe slow, it may take forever to get a big audience, but gradually you'll get some people that always love your stuff and they tell you how inspirational you are, but they are not buying. They're not hiring you. And there's a couple reasons why this is happening. The first reason that this happens when you are just giving all of this advice to them, you're like pouring out everything you know to your potential clients. So when you do that, it creates this, for the client, for the potential client, it creates this false sense of security, that they have the answer, that they know what to do now. So when you're thinking about giving away your best stuff, what you're actually doing is you're basically just handing out Band-Aids to all the people that have the problem you solve. You get a Band-Aid, you get a Band-Aid, you get a Band-Aid, and they're thanking you for it because it makes them feel so much better. You gave them your best stuff. You gave them the best advice that you have today. And the reason they love it is because, and the reason why we love it, right, is because, well, think about it. We're getting a lot of positive feedback from them. They're telling us how great it is, and we're temporarily making people feel better, which at our core as coaches, that's what we're here to do, is to help people. We want people to feel better, right? So we think we're helping people. It comes from a misunderstanding of what we're doing, right? Imagine if I did that, though. Imagine if I did that on this training today. I gave away my best stuff. I said, okay, here, guys, here's the best, my top 5 most important tips for putting together a webinar. And people are going to listen to that and they're going to love it because it's going to be the best tips I have. I'm giving them the best stuff I know, and it's accurate, and it's true, and all 5 of them are very important for a webinar to convert, people are going to take those tips and be like, oh, this was so great. Now I know what to do. Let me throw together a webinar. It's going to be amazing. I know what to do now. And so now I've given you just enough information to be really dangerous to yourself, right? Because now you think you feel better. You think you have this whole puzzle put together, right? Because I gave you the best stuff I know, and you're just taking the information and running with it. And then if you go do that and you put together your webinar, you take that information, apply it the only way you know how because you've never done it before, spend a bunch of money on ads, blow it because you don't know that you've set up your webinar incorrectly or that you've left out a key step, right? Now, instead of helping them, you've hurt your potential client, right? And now, instead of being the expert on the topic that you actually are an expert on, they think, oh, great, she doesn't know what she's talking about. Webinars don't work. I totally tried one. Total waste of money, right? That didn't work. I tried it, definitely. That just doesn't work, right? This is what happens when we try to give away our best stuff, but inadvertently, we're just handing out Band-Aids. What feels like a temporary solution to a bigger problem, right? There's more pieces of the puzzle that you don't even know are missing, that you can't even see yet because you're only asking for help on this one area and trying to run with it. And I've talked to people like this before, right? I've actually had people go through my webinar, and even though I don't tell you, okay, here's my 5 tips, they go through the webinar like, oh, great, I know the system. I'm going to go make that system, right? I just watched your training. I decided I'm going to go do one too. And then they go out and they implement it, and now I'm stuck, right? So they try to go do it on their own, and then they wonder what's wrong because they're trying to piece it together with Band-Aids, because you're out there just trying to give away your best stuff, but inadvertently, there's no way in one sitting you're going to be able to give them every single piece of the puzzle. And they are not your client. You're not walking them through the whole journey. You don't even control if they come to the next training to get the next piece of the puzzle. You're just trying to give them your best stuff all the time. So they're getting these little snippets of it here and there in the form of Band-Aids that make them feel really good, right? And I see this with coaches all the time. I'm telling you, this is a really common belief that's hurting coaches. When people go out there and tell you, give away your best stuff. Because then their potential clients come to them and they ask them for advice, right? And you're a coach and you want so badly to help them and you want them to know you can help them, right? So you as the coach, you think, okay, need to give away all of my knowledge for free so they know I'm an expert. And now the coaches out there, right, are literally Googling stuff and looking up answers to questions for the potential client because the client's asking them for all this stuff. And they're out there trying to give away all of the best information they possibly can. But information alone, this is really important. Everybody listen to this. Information alone is not enough. Information alone is not enough. So the potential client will go out and dabble with the tips that you gave them, fail, and think your advice doesn't work. And you are literally creating this situation where everybody loses, right? You lose because the client doesn't become a client. They lose because they don't get the transformation that they actually want. But it comes from the best intentions on your part as a coach. You're really trying to do the right thing. You're not trying to sabotage anyone. You're not trying to not get a client. You're definitely not trying to sabotage them. But it actually makes you feel good to give away tips, right? You feel like you're helping. You feel like you're making a difference in someone's day. And then we get a dopamine hit every time someone asks us for advice. And then we start giving away the tips that we have. Let me know if this is familiar to you, if you've noticed this pattern of feeling really good every time you've helped somebody and given them some advice, but at the same time you're frustrated because why aren't they becoming a client? And at the same time, the client is not getting better. The problem is still there, right? We didn't get into coaching to make ourselves feel good and give ourselves dopamine hits and stir up our ego and build our confidence by people telling us how inspirational we are with all of our best stuff we're putting out there, all of our advice. We got into coaching to actually help people, right? So if you take an honest look at the people that you're talking to and you really take a look at what's going on with them, right? If you remove the Band-Aid off, you take a look underneath what's going on, the problem is still there. They still have that problem at the root. It's not solved. They're still in it, right? If the client keeps coming back to you over and over and over again, asking for the same 2-week challenge, why do they still need the 2-week challenge? Why have they not solved it already? And this is normal. The reason why I'm talking about it is because we all do this in the beginning. This is exactly what I did in the beginning. When I was first starting out as a health coach, I'd talk to people, I would tell them exactly what to do, and in detail, because I wanted to give away my best stuff. I tell them everything. And they loved it. They were like, oh my gosh, great. Thank you so much. This has been so helpful. And I was like, great. I'm so glad this is helpful. Do you want to do the program? And they're like, nah, I mean, honestly, I think I'm going to try it on my own. I think I got it. Thank you. This has been really helpful though. You've given me a lot to think about and a lot to go work on. And in the beginning, this was so confusing because I thought I was giving them everything they needed. I wasn't holding back anything. I was giving them everything they needed. So they would know I'm an expert. They would know I know my stuff and they'd want to work with me. So why are none of them wanting to work with me? Why are they all thanking me for it and going on their merry way? If it's really true that if you just give away your best stuff, people will work with you. And I actually kept in touch with them. Okay? So 6 months down the road, I'm following up with them, asking them about what we talked about, how they're doing, what's going on. And none of them, and I mean 0, had accomplished their goal. They got stuck. They hit a plateau. They didn't know what to do. That something happened and they gave up. They put their goal on the back burner. They told themselves a story for one reason or another. None of them were still going. And that was a huge moment for me. I realized that there's a huge difference between giving people these little nuggets, these little hits of information that make you feel good in the moment for helping them, even though you're not really helping them solve the problem permanently, and actually giving people what they need to decide to make a big change in their life. Do you all see the difference between giving away Band-Aids and actually helping someone make a transformation? Leave me a yes in the comments if you're with me on this, if this is making sense. And the clients that you actually want to work with, right, those committed clients that actually want someone to help them get all the way to their goal, all the way to the transformation, that don't want to keep quitting, those are the people that begin to realize that they don't have all of the information in order that they need to do that. That they need someone to take them through it step by step by step. They don't just need one Band-Aid for the first step. They need someone walking them through each step and making sure they implement and do the work, and then support them along the way as they're implementing. Do you see the difference? The client that's committed and wants the change, they actually want that. They don't want the Band-Aid, right? So here's what this means for you guys. What this means is that, well, first of all, it's a huge relief for you, a huge weight off your shoulders, because now you're not responsible for going out there and creating all of this stuff that's like giving away all of your stuff every single day on 5 different platforms, posting your best stuff and trying to make sure you have to know it all, because you have to be able to give it all away, all of the best stuff, which means you have to know everything to put new stuff out there, right? So if you want to help your client, you want to let them know that you can solve their problem. That doesn't mean giving away your best stuff. That means letting people know that you have the solution to their problem, right? And you can keep that solution very simple. You don't have to be an expert on every single topic. You just have to solve one problem and keep that super, super lean and simple for them. And it's going to be so much easier for you as the coach to deliver that solution to them, and way more impactful for the client, and way more fun and easy for the client to go implement on. And not only that, not only your coaching program is going to improve, but the marketing that you put out there, right? But you're not having to give it away, all your best stuff. Do you know how much responsibility that would be to have to constantly create new content that's giving away more and more and more of your best stuff in your marketing? And then sit there like crossing your fingers, hoping that like some way, somehow, someone's going to feel so obligated from all the good stuff you gave away that they're just going to like hurl their credit card at you. It's maddening. It's nonsense, and it's so exhausting. It's so much pressure on you as the coach to be perfect all the time, right? If you had that much pressure on you, no wonder some of you struggle with feeling fear of failure and perfectionism, because wow, we're all taught we have to give away all of our best stuff. We have to know everything, and we have to put it all out there and show up consistently, right? No wonder people feel so obligated to post all of the time. 5 different platforms, 5 times a day, right? We actually teach our clients in OCI not to post on 5 different platforms 5 times a day, right? So what you can do is make your communication around your offer. If you have it dialed in, your communication becomes laser targeted, right? So you're basically just telling people, okay, look, this is what you're trying to achieve. This is why you need it. This is why it sucks so bad where you're at right now, what you're stuck on. Here's what everybody's saying to fix it. Here's why that way's awful, and you already know it because you've already tried it, it's not working, but here's the best way. Do you want to go with me? Do you want me to show you how to get there? It's so much more simple when you understand this concept and you don't feel this pressure to fall into the trap of giving away all of your best stuff for free. Right? And you don't have to get distracted, right, in shiny object syndrome of trying to figure it out. There's so much information out there. Everyone's telling you, you know, this is how you give away your best stuff. Do it this way. Do it that way. It can be way, way, way simpler than that. Way simpler than that. This is why we have clients that come to us and say, I was trying this for 6 months. Like Alexia was talking about in her post, I think it was earlier this week or last week, trying for 6 months to get a client, doing it this way, exactly what I'm talking about today, and coming up with $0, right? And then shifting this, exactly what we're talking about today, shifting that message to what actually compels clients to work with you, and signing 10K. Don't fall for the lie that you have to give away all of your best stuff and be this content creation machine just churning out tips and advice all day long and inspiring people, but nobody's signing up with you. I'm telling you, this is the thing that makes the difference. And it's the best news you could have all day, because it takes all the pressure off your shoulders to be churning out advice and tips all day long. Who wants to do that? right? Is this resonating with you guys? Who wants to be a content creation machine and just churn out advice all day long and having people like and tell you how inspirational you are? Do you want to do that, or do you want to actually sign clients and help people make a transformation? The only difference is you don't know how to put your message and your offer together in a way that's compelling clients. If you're doing these things, just giving away tips and trying to be inspirational and helpful, this is why they're not signing. This is why nobody's signing up with you. They don't understand why they need you. They think you're great. They love what you do. They love reading your posts and watching your trainings, but they're not going to sign up with you. So if you've been in this trap where you're sitting there and you're really grinding out blog posts and emails and on social media all day and trying to make videos and posts and doing all of this stuff all day long, just churning out the same old advice and tips and trying to give away all your best stuff and hoping that somehow it's going to result in clients, you can let go of that, all of that stuff. So do you want to learn how to do this stuff? If you want us to show you how to put together a message that is compelling and not just giving away tips and advice and all your best stuff, but is actually creating a compelling message and a clear offer to the people that need your help, we can help you with that. That is what we do in OCI. So if you want to talk to us about that, you can schedule a call by going to 𝒂𝒊𝒆𝒆.com/coaching and book a call to speak with us directly, or you can comment on this post free and someone will reach out to you and we'll talk to you. Sometimes we get a little backed up, so the shortcut, if you just want to talk to someone and talk about how we can help you in OCI, 𝒂𝒊𝒆𝒆.com/coaching. All right. On that call, we can talk to you about this new way of getting clients rather than running your business the way we've been talking about by giving away all your free stuff and posting tips and advice everywhere, right? We'll take a look at exactly where you're at, exactly how you've been running your business, and tell you exactly how you should be advertising, right? Where you should be spending your advertising time, how much, what your pricing should be, who your target market should be, what's the problem that you solve, all of this stuff, right? We'll have a conversation about that, get you super clear and confident about the direction you want to go. Have a really powerful conversation about that and see what direction you want to go, and we'll make it really clear for you on how quickly you can hit your income goals and what's the easiest path to get you there. If you want to talk to us about it, 𝒂𝒊𝒆𝒆.com/coaching or type free in the comments and we'll chat with you on here. All right, guys, thanks for joining me today. Bye-bye.